Hello everybody, welcome to my channel.
Background and identity. Diane Kruger, née Heidkrüger, grew up in a small German town with her mother, a bank employee, and father, a computer specialist. She was raised Roman Catholic and spent time as a teenager in London and Paris, experiences that shaped her multilingual abilities. She speaks German, English, and French fluently, and has also performed in Italian. Clapperboard acting career highlights. 1. International breakthrough. Troy, 2004. As Helen of Troy, Kruger became internationally recognized, though the film received mixed reviews. Her performance was noted more for her presence than dramatic depth at the time. National Treasure series, 2004-2007, opposite Nicolas Cage. She played historian Abigail Chase. These films were box office hits and gave Kruger a foothold in mainstream Hollywood. 2. Critical acclaim. Inglourious Basterds, 2009. Her performance as German actress turned spy Bridget von Hammer's Mark was widely praised. Tarantino has said he rewrote parts of the role to suit her after her audition. In The Fade, 2017, Kruger delivered a career-defining performance as a woman seeking justice after a terrorist attack. The role won her Best Actress at Cannes and a Satellite Award, and the film was Germany's Oscar entry. 3. Television. The Bridge, 2013-2014, on this FX crime series. Kruger portrayed Detective Sonia Cross, a character on the autism spectrum. Her performance received critical acclaim for its depth and nuance. Face mask style and reputation. Kruger is known for her commitment to roles that challenge her emotionally and linguistically. Unlike many models turned actresses, she has been widely respected for her acting range and serious approach to craft. She often chooses European cinema and independent projects over blockbuster roles. She's also known for avoiding traditional Hollywood beauty standards in her role selection, collaborating frequently with auteur directors, advocating for strong, complex female characters. Thread fashion and public persona. Kruger remains a red carpet icon, often appearing in Chanel, Dior, and Elie Saab. She has served as the face of Calvin Klein's beauty fragrance. A jury member at the Cannes Film Festival, 2012. One of the best-dressed celebrities at major film festivals. She balances her public persona between high fashion and down-to-earth candor, often speaking frankly about Hollywood pressures and being a working mother. Baby bottle motherhood and advocacy. After becoming a mother in her 40s, Kruger has spoken openly about ageism in the industry, fertility, and motherhood. She co-wrote the children's book A Name from the Sky, 2022, inspired by her daughter Nova and the meaning of names. Hammer and Wrench. Recent and upcoming projects. Butterfly in the Typewriter, a biopic about a confederacy of dunces. Author John Kennedy Toole, where she stars alongside Susan Sarandon and Nicholas Hoult. Joyka, 2023, a drama about an American ballerina joining the Bolshoi Ballet. Continues to support international arthouse films and occasionally returns to big studio projects if the character appeals to her. Multinational presence and cultural influence. Diane Kruger is one of the few German actors to successfully transition into global stardom without being typecast. She works fluidly between European cinema, where she takes on daring, emotionally raw roles, Hollywood productions, where she typically plays smart, elegant characters with depth. She's also one of the rare actors who has starred in films in German, English, and French. Worked with directors like Quentin Tarantino, Fatih Akin, Robert Zemeckis, and Benoit Jacquet. Brain intellect and career control. Kruger is known for being extremely selective with her roles. She turned down early opportunities to play arm candy characters in favor of complex women. She often chooses independent films over commercial ones unless the story compels her, works with auteur directors who give her creative input, favors films that explore trauma, justice, gender roles, and identity. In interviews, she's talked about rejecting the model-turned-actress label, insisting on building her career through formal acting study and auditions, not connections. Dove's standout performances beyond blockbusters. While she's known for Troy and National Treasure, Kruger's most impressive work lies in character-driven films. Highlights include Farewell, My Queen, 2012. She portrayed Marie Antoinette in this French period drama, earning praise for a restrained, nuanced take on the infamous queen. Disorder, Maryland, 2015, a suspenseful French film in which she plays a soldier's love interest while also navigating PTSD themes. The Operative, 2019, a quiet, cerebral spy thriller where Kruger plays an Israeli intelligence agent questioning her mission. These roles reflect a woman who thrives in ambiguous emotional spaces rather than pure spectacle. Biceps advocacy and public positions Kruger has spoken out on. Sexism in Hollywood. She has been candid about power imbalances and the treatment of women in the industry, particularly in the post-#MeToo era. Motherhood. She's encouraged women not to feel pressured by the biological clock, and frequently emphasizes how empowering late motherhood has been for her. Privacy. She's fiercely private about her daughter, refusing to show her face in public and advocating for children's digital rights. She's also supported causes related to refugee aid, mental health awareness, especially PTSD, women's rights and body autonomy. Memo published author in 2022. Kruger published a children's book titled A Name from the Sky. Based on her own experience growing up with an uncommon name and her daughter's birth. The book explores identity, confidence, cultural heritage. It marked her debut as an author and was well received in parenting and literary circles. Red Heart relationship with Norman Reedus. Kruger met actor Norman Reedus, The Walking Dead, while filming the movie Sky, 2015. They made their relationship public in 2017 and had a daughter in 2018. Unlike her past high-profile relationship with Joshua Jackson, she keeps this one very low-key. They live between New York and Los Angeles. They got engaged in 2021. Their daughter, Nova, remains out of the public spotlight, trophy awards and recognition. While not as saturated in awards buzz as some actresses, Kruger's accolades are prestigious. Best Actress, Cannes Film Festival, 2017, for In the Fade Bambi Award, Germany, multiple wins for International Achievement Officer of the Order of Arts and Letters, France. 2014 Screen Actors Guild nomination for Inglourious Basterds TV. Future career trajectory. At this stage in her career, Kruger is pursuing prestige television opportunities. She's been rumored for a European noir series, supporting emerging directors in indie film, expressing interest in directing and producing stories about women, war, and exile. She remains admired in the fashion world and is often seen as an example of how to balance fame, privacy, family, and art with poise. Behind the scenes, Diane Kruger. As a working actor, Diane Kruger isn't a method actor in the traditional sense, but she is highly immersive in her preparation. For her role in the Fade, she spent time with victims of terrorist attacks in Germany, learned legal terminology in German, which isn't her professional language, despite being her native tongue, lost weight and adopted a raw emotional intensity to portray a grieving mother devastated by far-right terrorism. She described the experience as emotionally brutal, saying she had to rebuild herself after filming, a strong indication of how deeply she connects to roles. Face mask. Kruger on acting, quotes and philosophy. She's shared many insights on her approach to acting and fame. A few notable ones. Beauty opens doors, but it doesn't get you anywhere beyond the first meeting. On being taken seriously in the film industry, I don't mind being glamorous, but I want to have control. I want to decide what I do with that image. On balancing fashion and feminism, I'm German. I like structure. I'm not a diva, but I take my work seriously. On professionalism on set, her choices reflect these values. She often turns down major commercial roles to maintain artistic control and authenticity. Clapperboard working with Quentin Tarantino. Kruger's role as Bridget von Hammer's Mark in Inglourious Basterds almost didn't happen. Tarantino initially refused to audition her, believing her too glamorous and not German enough. Kruger flew herself to Germany and auditioned anonymously, ultimately convincing him she was perfect for the role. He later said it was one of the most badass audition moves he'd seen. Fun fact, she performed her own stunts in the film, including the scene where her character is strangled. Tarantino insisted on doing that scene himself, a controversial choice he's faced criticism for. A truly global actor, Kruger is one of the rare actors whose filmography includes Hollywood blockbusters, National Treasure, unknown German arthouse dramas, In the Fade, the operative French costume dramas, Farewell, My Queen, action thrillers, Disorder, J.T. Leroy. She moves across genres and languages with ease, often in the same year, earning her comparisons to actresses like Juliette Binoche and Marion Cotillard in terms of international range. Megaphone her stance on ageism after becoming a mother in her 40s. Kruger has emerged as an outspoken critic of the ageism embedded in film casting. Why is it still so rare to see a 40-year-old woman as a lead? We're more powerful than ever then. But the system is built to replace us. She's increasingly taking roles that center mature, experienced women, particularly those dealing with grief, justice, and identity. Dress fashion world status. Although she started as a model, Kruger's fashion sense has evolved into something more personal and editorially acclaimed. She's known for never using a stylist until very recently, mixing high fashion with edgy couture, taking red carpet risks like wearing flats at Cannes or 60s-style capes at the Met Gala. She has long-standing relationships with Karl Lagerfeld, Chanel, and Elie Saab, and she's often praised for being fashion-forward without being attention-seeking. Puzzle piece. Interesting lesser-known facts. She was the first German host of the Cannes Film Festival closing ceremony. Kruger's dream role is to play Marlene Dietrich. She has said it would be the role of a lifetime to portray the German-American icon. She once trained as a courtroom translator, which helped her later in legal dramas. Fluent in 3 languages, she often does her own dubbing in French, German, and English. Compass. Where she's headed. Kruger is entering what many see as her second golden phase. Mature roles, stronger creative control, and a possible shift toward producing and directing. She's expressed interest in historical female-led narratives, psychological thrillers, telling stories from her German heritage, especially around post-war identity and
Bye bye. Thanks for watching.